New from Second Sight Films is The House of the Devil on one of their limited edition Blu-rays. This is a firm favourite of mine's. Ty West directed 2009 film is a film of creeping, slow dread as we are flung back to the 80s, a time of satanic panic where everything was scaremongering and there was not real evidence to back that up, but there was a mood and an atmosphere and amongst the zeitgeist at the time, and it just drove fear into the heart of America. And this film encapsulates that perfectly.
Hi, I'm Samantha, the babysitter.
Yeah, slow pushing narrative. We have creeping hallways. We have patience and an ability to hold back and allow the atmosphere to drive the horror rather than easy jump scares or kinetic attack sequences. This is a movie that takes its subject matter, that takes our character, puts them in a situation and slowly allows the anxiety and the dread and the horror to creep up on the viewer. Now, there's a certain level of skill within the filmmaking that harkens back to horror films of yesteryear, the types of Halloween, The Changing, those kind of movies. We have this all familiar setting of a house where our main character Samantha is going to be babysitting, she thinks, when she arrives, and a lot of the light is driven from a source within the room, a candle, a small light, a kind of tungsten feel to it that just offers a cosy comfortability but an eerie oddity at the exact same time. Now, Samantha is in a place of her life. You meet her at the start. She's looking for an apartment. She needs to make some money. She has this opportunity to babysit. And it's, do you know what? It's just a little bit too good to be true, as one of the characters says. But she goes along anyway and discovers that it's not quite a babysitting job. Not in the way that she expected anyway. She is there and meets Mr. Ullman, who wants her to really just look after the house, maybe attend to his mother, who's elderly, who's up the stairs, may need help at some point, possibly.
Jeez, come on, hold on. Megan, come on, wait a second.
Are you out of your mind?
And although she's a little creeped out, although she has some warning bells going off, gut feeling, she decides that she still needs to push on with this. She still needs to take this job, and stuck in the middle of nowhere in this vast house where everything seems almost like a maze. The geography of the house changes randomly. Ty West's direction never allows us to settle on knowing which direction a room is coming from or where it leads to next. Always kind of just changing it through film-making techniques that creates a kind of otherworldly feel as we watch Samantha slowly see that dread, that gut feeling start to expand and start to become reality before it gets to that wonderful climactic finish in this one. I love House of the Devil. It's a terrific film, particularly if you are of the 80s, if you know the satanic panic or the kind of news stories that came about there, because there's lots of ones that came out. If you like the aesthetic of the film, not only does it ape the films of the time, it uses that kind of 16mm stock to kind of create that atmosphere as well. The barren score throughout this works wonderful. Sometimes you're left with just ambient sounds, a creaking floorboard, a ticking clock, everyday sounds that suddenly take on a life of their own when the sun sets and the shadows stretch. And I like the fact that they play with that mood. Now, there is music within it, and when the music comes, it really heightens the situation because you've been so devoid of it. It just rises in a cacophony that brings with it more atmosphere. I will strongly recommend House of the Devil. I think it's a pretty terrific film. It's one I've seen several times before. I think it's got a great cast, whether you look at classic horror actors like Tom Noonan or Dee Wallace. It's in this one. You've got Greta Gerwig in it. You've got AJ Boeing in it as well. It's got a great cast, a great pedigree, and a director who really knows what he's doing. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras. And the disc for The House of the Devil. Let's go to the extras. First up, we have an audio commentary with writer-director Ty West and Jocelyn Donoghue. Then we have a second commentary with Ty West, Larry Fessenden, Peter Falk, and sound designer Graham Resnick. The Right Vibe, an interview with Ty West, is 19 minutes. He's talking about how this film came to be, and there's a lot of crossover between his perspective of making this film and a lot of the other talking heads to come, but they're all interesting in their own right and cover some similar information. Satanic Panic, an interview with actor Jocelyn Donoghue, is 17 minutes 17 seconds. Again, talking about this being her first role, how she got it, arriving on set, working with some of the other actors. Next, we have Slowing Down is Death, an interview with actor AJ Boeing. This is 25 minutes 40 seconds, and he's definitely talking about performance, working with other actors, creating that camaraderie, building the mood on the set. A Level of Ambition, an interview with producer Peter Falk, is 23 minutes 44 seconds. Again, it's all about working on previous films, creating that community atmosphere that they had within the crew, and how this was an unexpected direction for a horror film to take at the time, but something that worked really well. An Enduring Title, an interview with producer Larry Fessenden. Now, this is a great talking head, 27 minutes 48 seconds. He's talking all about Glass Eye Pix, creating his production company, working with Ty West, how he met him. Then we have It All Feels Appropriate, interview with the DOP, Elliot Rocket, which runs at 30 minutes 22 seconds. Now, there's some fun information here, particularly around the making of Cabin Fever 2, which I thought was particularly funny. Hiding the Seams, an interview with composer Jeff Grace, is 15 minutes 35 seconds, all about creating the score and when to use it and when not to use it. Writing Through Sound, an interview with the sound designer Graham Resnick, which runs at 24 minutes 42 seconds. This is really good because this is a childhood friend of Ty West and has lots of kind of anecdotes about how they met, how they became friends, and how it moved into their working career. Then we have The Night Changes Everything, the making of House of the Devil, which is an archival making of, which is 24 minutes 18 seconds. In the House of the Devil, which is behind the scenes, which is 20 minutes 23 seconds, just someone roving around with a camcorder capturing things. And then we have Deleted, 6 minutes 41 seconds, and a trailer. It's a 70-page booklet which has several essays in it. My favourite of them is What Awaits the Babysitter by Julianne Stippetis, looking at the often lead character of these horror movies. It just kind of sparked an interest in me and something I enjoyed reading. That's the extras for House of the Devil. There we have it. House of the Devil is out now, and it is a wonderful film with a terrific package. You can really see the Second Sight have went beyond in this one. You heard me rattle on about some of the extras. I think you should pick this one up. I think it is a stone cold classic, and as we get into the autumn months, this is going to be something I'm going to dig out and throw on again and scare myself silly with House of the Devil. I would love to know your thoughts on this film, and if you've picked up this package, did you get the limited edition, this Blu-ray, the standard one? Let me know in the comment box below, because you know what, I'm just nosy. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below, our links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.